Hey everybody, how are you all doing today? It is 44 Politics here again with another video. Before we get started, please subscribe and like. Now, on to the video. Okay everybody, as you can see from the title, this will be the most weirdest and not weirdest or weirdest and likeliest scenarios that you will see on election night. This is the Senate video. Tomorrow will probably be the presidential video. Okay, so I will start off with the states that are unlikely to change so far. I'm going to start out with probably the weirdest scenario. Actually, not South Carolina. Yeah, okay, the weirdest scenario would probably be this one. So this will be, as you will probably see eventually, here. Alright, okay, I'm sorry. Let me start off. This will be the scenario that would probably be pretty unlikely, and this was the 60-seat Republican scenario. So this would probably mean some really close races, especially in Iowa, Maine, especially in Arizona and Colorado, where the Democrats are doing very well. Maybe even Georgia. It will be very unlikely in Georgia's special election because it would require a Republican getting over 50% of the vote, and so far that looks unlikely. If they're getting 60 seats, I would assume that Mississippi and Alabama would be safe. Alaska would probably be lean. Still, Kentucky be safe, and West Virginia be safe. Okay, for Republicans to get to 60 seats, they would also need New Mexico and North Carolina and Michigan, which is actually, it's not too unlikely. There are some polls. There was another poll that came out showing John James ahead. Mind you, it was Trafalgar, which is not really regarded as one of the best polling firms. It's a C- rated poll by 538, so I don't trust it completely. Minnesota, while unlikely, is still possible, and Texas would probably be likely. Okay, 3 states would have to go to the Republicans for them to get 3 more states for them to get to 60. Well, it's pretty interesting. I think the 2 states that would be most likely to flip in theory are probably New Hampshire and Virginia, as they are not super safe Democratic states still. New Hampshire is still technically a swing state. It was a swing state in 2016, and Virginia has usually been a swing state. I mean, even Hillary Clinton even picked her vice presidential candidate from there, and I don't know if that was intentional for this reason, but it certainly helped shore up votes in that state. New Hampshire, there isn't, Jeanne Shaheen is doing pretty well, but I think it'd probably be the next state to flip, but very difficult, because Maine, right, its neighbor, probably would flip. Next state would probably be Virginia, because it's still, again, I rate it as safe, but it's in a gray area between safe and likely. So, yeah. And then the last states would probably be, it's between, Illinois, Oregon, and the rest of the northeastern states. I'll go to 538 poll, and I'll see if any states, and see, percentage of Republicans winning in these states. So if I head over to 538 forecast, which I will be using, as you can see. Let's see. Oregon, there's a 1% chance Joe Ray Perkins wins, and it's only with 52% of the. Oh, that's pretty good because a lot of candidates only win with under 50%, but it's pretty similar all around. So honestly, out of any state, it would probably be. I know LTE did a video similar to this with 60 Republicans getting to 60 seats. He did Oregon, so that would make sense. While I'm at it, shout out to LTE for reaching 100,000 subscribers, not 50 subscribers. I've been watching for a while, so that's pretty cool to see him get to that. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put Oregon. It's probably the most likely state. This would be Republicans getting 60 and Democrats only at 40. So, pretty unlikely scenario, but I would not expect this. Next one would probably be would actually be a more likely scenario of Democrats reaching 60 seats. This would probably mean that a lot of states, I'd probably up the overall poll numbers in a few states. So, that would probably mean that I'd still put Arizona and Colorado as likely. Okay, there you go. Michigan would be pretty handy margin for Gary Peters. Maine would be lean, along with Iowa, North Carolina. It would also mean that both Georgia Senate races go to the Democrats. So that's probably the most unlikely part, is that both Senate races would not immediately, I don't think that a special election is going to go for any candidate on election day. Okay, that Montana will be next, and that's pretty reasonable. It's still a close race. Next, I'd say South Carolina will be tilt, actually, because it's just a really close state in general, along with Kentucky, not safe, Kentucky, Texas, Kansas would be lean, and we have Alaska. Now, the last state that I would go would definitely be the one with the Democratic incumbent, aka Alabama. So, yeah. It's Mississippi would probably be the next state, but polls are not that close. In Alabama, Doug Jones is an incumbent, so that would be the most likely one, and it'd be tilt too. Okay, 60 seats, and yeah, definitely a lot faster, more simple. Than the last one. That definitely tells you a lot about why I do favor the Democrats to win election on election day, 2020. Okay, next would probably be, I'll make this a fun one. Actually, nope, can't make it a fun one. Then this one will probably be, the next most likely, but still unlikely. Republicans getting a majority. So this would require them winning pretty much all the states up for election. They'd have to win, Kansas, Alaska, all the close states have to win them pretty solidly. And they'd have to expand a little in states, especially Iowa and Maine. So that would mean them winning the close states. And then it would require Maine and Iowa. Okay, I'll put in the states that are unlikely to flip to the Republicans real quickly. And that will give us a good idea of how likely it is how really unlikely it is for them to get a majority. They need one seat. So not too bad, but if you eventually go through, and there are more and more states that are pretty unlikely. So I put last 3 possibilities would probably be Arizona, North Carolina, and Georgia Special. Georgia Special currently, well, if I go to Real Clear Politics and check out the, if I go to Real Clear Politics, I will check out the, what's it called? If you go to Real Clear Politics, I will check out the average of the Georgia Special. Let's see. I apologize. Kind of trailing off a little. Okay. Yes, the Georgia special election. As you can see, Ralph Warnock is ahead by 10%, so it's pretty unlikely for that race to flip to the Republicans. That one will go to Democrats. Okay, last state, honestly, Arizona. If I go to the polling for Arizona, which is not how you spell it, Arizona. So if we go down to the great state of Arizona, we're going to see something kind of crazy. I don't know. Yeah. Good. You see Mark Kelly ahead by 7%, unlikely to flip. North Carolina is definitely going to be the one to flip, as you can see if I actually can type this in. Cal Cunningham is only ahead by 2.3%. That's pretty close. It's certainly tightened up after Cal Cunningham's scandal, and he's not even over 50%. So that would mean Arizona is a safe state, and Cal Cunningham gets the axe. Okay, this would also mean pretty much a sweep of the South for them, and probably bad news for Democrats in a lot of states, and Mitch McConnell will remain majority leader, so yeah. Okay, so going down here, probably the most likely scenario is Democrats winning. So that would mean, I'll just clear this map up. Actually, no, I'll just toss up make a few states toss-ups. Okay, and almost done. There we go. Okay. Actually, I'll include Michigan, because Michigan is, again, as I said before, very, very close. Okay, Democrats winning a majority. How likely is this? Well, it's quite likely. Watch any of my Senate videos and you'll see. Well, not the ones that are, like, hypothetical scenarios, such as this, but any of my prediction videos, and you'll see that I do favor the Democrats to win. Then winning a majority, it's much more simpler. They only have to win a few states that, 1, are moving more Democratic, and 2, and with those states, and maybe one state is kind of unsure, which is really Iowa. So yeah, it's pretty good for them. Okay, so if I head to most of the likely states, I'm still having Michigan as likely. Arizona's lean just because of the nature of the state. I'll put North Carolina as lean. It's closer than that. You know, in the end, I do think it'll be tilt, but I'm just put it as lean for now, along with Georgia Special. And that is pretty much it. With those states plus Maine, you do see a Democratic victory, which is very, very interesting. And again, this is why the Democrats are doing so well. So for simple majority, they'd have to have these states to win. Plus, you know, you add in all these, you know, Montana, Georgia, South Carolina, you know, those states, it's still pretty close there. And that would actually allow for a, you know, 54-55 even Democratic victory. But more likely would probably be 54 because South Carolina does seem to be overall, I still think it's going to go voting for Graham because I don't think that he's going to lose with Trump. Trump there, you know, on top of the ballot. Okay, yeah, that's probably the most likely scenario. Actually, I'm going to do the most unlikely scenario. Okay, so most unlikely scenario. Here we go. You can probably guess where this is going by now, but yeah. Republicans still haven't won a majority yet, and they have a majority. Okay, yep. As you can see, the most unlikely scenario is Republicans winning legitimately every single seat in the entire map. Probably the second most, another most very unlikely state, not state, result, and this is probably one of the most unlikely things you'd ever see on election night is this. And there we go. 60 seats, 63. 67, 68, 69, there you go. 69 seats for the Democrats, 31 for the Republicans. Republicans keep one hold, which is Wyoming, because Wyoming will never go vote for a Democrat. That's it, I guess. Okay, well, everyone, thank you for watching this video. It's a pretty fun one. I hope I will get it out pretty soon. I don't want to talk too long, because then it takes longer for it to get out, so I want to get it out by at least 3:30. Alright, yeah. Thank you all for watching. So, I do plan to do an election night live stream if I reach 25. I don't know if I'll do it without, so yeah, might as well just subscribe and have some more fun content. I'll keep going. Like the video, more people will see it that way. Leave a comment down below telling me how I did, any video suggestions. I get a lot of video suggestions. Give me some feedback too. How did I do? I don't know, just, yeah, whatever, what you liked, what you didn't like, all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.